Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I will be doing the New Year's book tag. I originally saw this tag being done by Pablo Suarez. I'll link his video down below, but he's really awesome, so if you haven't watched his videos yet, you should go check them out. I believe this tag was originally created by Bookables, so I'll link her. Why did I say I think? I know she created the tag. I watched the original tag video. So I'll link her original tag video down below. And I say, let's get started. So the first question is, how many books do you want to read in 2021? I discussed this a little bit in my 2020 reading stats / 2021 goals, but I read 26 books in 2020, so I've now upped that to 30 books for 2021. I think I should be able to get there. I'm not off to a great start, but I still have the rest of the year to catch back up. The next question is 5 books that I didn't get to in 2020 that I want to try to prioritize in 2021. The first 2 of these is to continue the Magic Study series, or the Poison Study series, or is it Magic? Whatever. I want to finish that series. I read Poison Study back last spring and I really enjoyed it, and just too many other new books kept coming through that kind of got in the way. So I'd like to try to read Magic Study and Fire Study this year to kind of round out the bulk of that series. There's a lot of shorter novellas and other kind of stuff that goes with it, but I'd like to try to round out the main plot. The other one that I put on my want to read that I never got to was The Radium Girls. It kind of follows the story of the women who were in charge of using uranium in the manufacture of beauty products and the like, and kind of their struggle with health from the repercussions of dealing with a radioactive substance. And I think it sounds really interesting and really fascinating, and it's definitely something I want to try to get to in 2021. The other one I want to get to was, I believe, a new release last year, Gods of Jade and Shadow. It's got a beautiful cover, which I'm always a sucker for, but more than that, it's based in Mayan mythology, which I have very little experience with, and so I think it would be really fun to kind of expose myself to a different type of mythology. I love mythological retellings, so I think that will be a fun one for me to pick up this year. And the last one is actually on my TBR for this quarter. It's American Royals. It's an alternative history in which a monarchy was established with the lineage of George Washington, the first American of the U.S., or the first president of the U.S. So instead of him stepping down after 8 years, instead becomes a monarchy, and it deals with the modern day lineage. And I think it's like a romance story. I don't know. It sounds cool. The third question is, what genre do you want to increase your reading in this year? And for me, that's definitely history audiobooks. I love history podcasts. I love hardcore history. I really do enjoy some episodes of The Dollop. I'm super into history podcasts, so the fact that history audiobooks never occurred to me as another way to get that storytelling aspect of history. I love history. I'm a student of history, but I don't particularly enjoy reading history. I think it's so much more valuable to listen to it just because of the oral tradition of history as a whole. So I am currently listening to How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, and I am loving it, and I think I'm definitely going to try to pick up more history audiobooks throughout the year. The fourth question is 3 non-book goals, so basically like New Year's resolutions and whatnot. So the first one is super basic. I think everybody is going to talk about this, and is everybody's New Year resolution. But my local gym just reopened. So before quarantine and the pandemic, I had been going to the gym consistently for like 2 years. I was going, 3 to 5 times a week and doing something active on the weekends. Since quarantine, I started to try to go running in like March and April, and then that kind of fell off. And then I started going back to work and no longer working from home. So it just became a lot more difficult for me to try to figure out at-home workouts and running. So anyways, now that the gym is back open, I just like to try to get back to that consistency. I really don't have like a weight loss goal or any sort of weightlifting PR goals. I just want to get back to that 3 to 5 days a week, and of course doing something active on the weekends. The next goal I have, I guess, is still somewhat book related, but it's more related to the YouTube booktube channel that I have. I'd really like to try to get to an upload of 1 time per week, try to get at least 1 video up every week. Probably not gonna be able to do more than 1 video, but I think as long as I kind of plan ahead, film ahead, I think I should be able to try to get 1 video up per week. And my last goal is just to, again, I think my whole thing is just consistency, trying to get back to the consistency in my life that I once had with all of my endeavors. But I'd really like to try to dedicate some more time to my hobbies. I've been pretty good about skiing. I've been skiing almost every weekend since the season has started. So I feel pretty good about that. But my nails have been a little neglected, and I was looking through my old nail Instagram account, and I used to be so good at nail art, and now I don't think I could do any of those designs I was doing like a year ago. So I would like to try to get back into some of my nail art, maybe not as intricate as what I was doing, but just keep them painted, and it just kind of gives me that little boost of confidence. And then this summer, once the motorcycle trial season starts, I'd like to try to attend at least 50% of my club's events. And again, just making sure that I'm really prioritizing my hobbies and not like wasting time or being unproductive, but these are just things I enjoy and things I want to make sure that I'm purposefully dedicating time to. So those are my 3 goals. Build those healthy habits and build that healthy routine that'll kind of propel me through life. Number 5 is, what book have you had forever that you want to try to read in 2021? And for me, that is Dune. I bought this, I think 2 or 3 years ago. My mom and my sister and I were doing a girls' weekend, and we went to a bookstore and bought way too many books. And this is one of the ones I picked up. I want to read it. I just haven't dedicated time to it. But I think it's definitely one I want to try to hit this year. I think it might be my classic for the year. I don't know, we'll see. And then number 6 is, what 1 word do you want to describe 2021? And based on my goals, you might think it'd be consistency, but actually, I'd really like 2021 to be empowering. I want to feel empowered to grow as a person, to grow in my hobbies, to just feel good and just ready to tackle anything. You know, 2021 was definitely a slog and made me feel very stagnated and bored, kind of small, and not really like I could do the things that I wanted to do with my life. So I would like that to change in 2021. I want to, you know, tackle what I can and just be the best person I can be while still being safe. And so I think, you know, 2020 was a lot of, you know, introspection and learning a lot about myself, but now I want to take those things I learned about myself and put them into action and really try to make myself the best me I can be in 2021, which sounds so stupid, but I think it's something I generally try to strive for, but I'm gonna put it into practice this next year. Hopefully. And the last question, number 7, is just to tag people. I am already really late on this tag. I am currently recording this halfway through January. But if you would like to take on this tag, I think it's probably fairly evergreen. You can start a year whenever you want. You could start a year in the middle of May if you'd like. So I think new year, start your new goals whenever you want. So if you'd like to take on this tag, I tag you. And if you want to answer any of these questions down in the comment section, I would love to hear about your goals for reading, your goals for not reading, basically any of these questions. Go ahead and answer them down below. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.